Hello Pokemon fans and welcome back to the Pokemon Report. Last week we took a closer look at the release of Cosmic Eclipse, the latest expansion from the Pokemon trading card game. Now that the set has been officially released, we have our first look at the entire card list, and there are some amazing cards in this set. Today we're going to take a closer look at the secret rare character cards from this set. There are 12 character cards in the set, and we will be ranking them based on their effectiveness in-game as well as their artwork. There are a few cards from the Cosmic Eclipse with trainers in the artwork, such as Erica with her Violet Plume, Gladion with his Silvally, Lily with Lunala and Solgaleo, and N with Reshiram and Zekrom. These cards are not secret rares and therefore will not be part of the ranking in this video. But let's be honest, all of these cards are beautiful and worthy of a place in any collection. Number 12. Piplup, the water starter from Sinnoh, is featured on this great card with his classic trainer Dawn. This card gets the bottom spot on this list because even though Dawn and Piplup look great, the rest of the card leaves a lot to be desired. This card takes a lot of energy to attack, and although it can dish out some damage, you will likely evolve past the basic stage by the time you can play all of the energy needed. Number 11. Here we have Gym Leader Jasmine with her signature Pokemon Steelix. This card looks great and even seems to mimic some of the shine points from the Hidden Fates shiny secret rare cards. The artwork may look awesome, but in terms of playability, this card is going to have some problems. The first attack may seem great, but you're going to have to load up on tanky Pokemon that you won't be able to retreat out of easily. Iron Tail has the potential to deal out massive damage, but you're going to be relying on chance to make it happen. And with a cost of 4 energy, it may not be worth it. Number 10. Lana and her totem Pokemon, Wishy-Washy, in its school form, are next on the list. And really, this card would be lower on the list if the artwork wasn't so much better than the previous two cards. This card could have been great, but the ability on this card is just worded in a way that means this card will likely not see much play. The ability states, at the end of your opponent's turn, if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, flip a coin. If tails, shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. If this card was changed to say, you may flip a coin, then this card would have been a much bigger danger. Otherwise, you're going to need a bench shielder to get enough energy on this guy to get him going. Maybe you can stall long enough and keep your opponent from getting knockouts, but with all the GX moves out there dealing massive damage, I find that unlikely. Number 9. Next up, we have our good friend Wally and his Gallade. This card gets the number 9 spot for a few reasons. First, the artwork on this card is so-so, but it is made up for by Power Cyclone. Gallade's only attack on this card requires colorless energy, which makes it a bit more plug and play, and can deal some great damage for only 2 energy. Also, getting to spread some energy around could be useful if you're about to take a knockout. Number 8. The next card on this list is Sharon and his best boy Stoutland. This card is beautiful and has a bit of a different style from what we've seen so far. Another thing that I like about this card is the dual effect of the ability. When you evolve, you get to discard energy from the opponent's active Pokemon, which can cause some serious problems. Plus, if you are knocked out, you get to discard even more of their energy. With a powerful attack and bonus damage to the bench, this card may actually see some play in the TCG. Number 7. Look at this beauty. This is one of my favorite pieces of art on a Pokemon card. This card is a pretty standard basic Pokemon, low energy cost, low damage, low HP. I love that they added the effect to the attack, which gives you a chance of warding off an attack from the next turn. But really, this Pokemon is meant to be evolved, which is sad because this card is absolutely gorgeous. I love seeing Lieutenant Surge polishing up his Magnemites and showing them some love. Depending on the evolution cards available, I can definitely see this card getting some play. Number 6. Acerola, Ghost-type expert, Trial Captain, Elite Four member, and Mimikyu lover. This card is another one that looks great and makes the most out of a basic Pokemon. This card lets you deal damage to 2 Pokemon at a time with the Mischievous Hand attack. or allows you to play 2 supporter cards in one turn with Impersonate. I could definitely see this card being used by players looking to get more use out of their supporter cards. Number 5. We talked about this card on our previous Cosmic Eclipse video. Coughing and Roxy are ready to rock and roll. This card is interesting because ideally you would use it in tandem with the Roxy supporter card, allowing you to not only draw more cards, but also deal out some damage. If this card does get onto the field, you can only do minimal damage, but you can poison, which is a fun mechanic. The thing I love most about this card is that it looks like a concert poster. That is a show I would definitely go to see. Number 4. This is my favorite artwork out of the entire set, which is the main reason Pikachu is so high on this list. Here we see Red meeting his Pikachu for the first time in Professor Oak's lab. For me, the nostalgia factor is through the roof. This card takes me back to the days of playing Pokemon Yellow for the first time. This card is a pretty standard basic otherwise, with a paralyzing but non-damaging attack, and a stronger attack that requires more energy. With all of the great Raichus in the format, I could see this card getting used just because it looks cool, and people know they're going to be evolving out of it anyways. Number 3. Clay and Excadrill take the number 3 spot on this list. This card looks awesome and packs one heck of a punch. This card is likely meant for a stall deck or extremely late in the game when you're running out of cards and need to get quick knockouts. You can deal massive damage for only 1 energy, but you have to be almost ready to deck out. Excadrill's other attack requires you to discard cards from your deck. I definitely see this as a mill/stall type of deck and can't wait to see it in action. Number 2. Team Galactic boss Cyrus sure knows how to pick a Pokemon. Here we have Weavile, and this card is nasty. We have a Water-type Weavile that needs Dark-type energy, with no retreat cost, and an attack that lets you choose any 2 cards out of your deck and put them into your hand. This card can be devastating. For early setups, this card could come in handy and will definitely help you unleash your own nasty plot. Number 1! We are finally at the number 1 spot for Cosmic Eclipse's beautiful character cards. For our number 1 spot, we had to pick Torkoal and Flannery. This card looks great and will be a great addition to some of the current fire decks that are in play. This card allows you to dig out a ton of energy from your discard pile. With all of the trainers available that let you play multiple fire energy, I definitely see this Pokemon working its way into some deck lists. This card can also let you discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon, which is always nice, especially when you can just bring your own discarded energy back. So there you have it, folks. Cosmic Eclipse character cards ranked 1 through 12. Which card is your number 1? Please let us know in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode, and please subscribe so you don't miss our next video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next encounter.